Rev up your engines! Breaker 19, we got us a convoy! Well, today I'm going to talk about some products I've been testing out, and if you might have guessed, believe it or not, they're still making CB radios, and this one is a digital one. Now, when I was young, I always wanted one of these CB radios, and I got a four-wheel drive truck, so hey, for 119 bucks on Amazon, thought I'd give it a try. Not sure everybody's got cell phones for all kinds of stuff, but there's nothing like a CB radio if you want to hear some crazy banter, and in emergency situations, it comes in pretty handy. And they're making them so small and compact, you can take them in and out of any vehicle you want. Check out the antenna. Look, super strong magnetic base. You just stick it out and in any vehicle you want, and it just plugs into your cigarette lighter accessory. You can mount it wherever you want. It comes with a mounting bracket, but I'm not bothering with that. I'm just sticking it here. There we go. Pretty cool. The mic itself, as you push it, you can see it changes the channels up or down. You can get people speaking different languages. That sounded like Spanish to me. At least some variety of Spanish. You can have a lot of fun with one of these. Now, don't get yourself in trouble like I did in my roommate's car from Florida. We were going from the University of Illinois to Daytona Beach for spring break, right? And he had a CB radio and I was playing around with it. I had long blonde hair going down. I was young. I didn't lose all this yet. I had a lot, right? And I was toying around with it. And some trucker drove by and said, "There's beavers in that Ford there, rah, rah, rah." To which I responded that I was a man and I didn't know truckers swing that way, and the truckers got mad. One guy started chasing after me, but you know, he had one of those big 18 wheelers. He could only go about 80, 85. We had a V8 Ford, so we just outdrove him. It was kind of fun, though, I gotta say. And I find it quite interesting that these CB radios have made it into the 21st century. They don't cost much, right? And like I say, the magnet goes on and off. You can put it in any vehicle you want. And think about it. Communication with no outages, no monthly fees, no roaming charges. You're just roaming around the country with your CB radio. I'm gonna have a hoot with this thing. They do come in handy in an emergency, and you might learn a few foreign languages. And when you consider the setup, hey, it's probably less than your monthly cell phone bill for 1 month, and it's good forever. What the heck? Why not get yourself one of these cute little CB radios? Have a little fun. And in an emergency, hey, you never know, might save your life. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is this brand new DND Echo dongle for car analysis. This is so new, it's still on Kickstarter. So, we're going to see what it looks like so far. So, as you go inside, you just plug it in like any other, right into the data port, and it goes. Make sure the key's turned on. That's why it's beeping. Turn her up. Get out our smartphone. We'll go to this DND app. There it is. And they claim it does enhanced diagnostics, so we shall go to that. See, it's going through a bunch of systems. It's my matrix, so it doesn't have any problems, but, you know, it went through all the systems. Now we can go through various systems. We're going to look at the engine system here. Fault codes are not going to clear the memory, but we're going to look at data stream. We'll select them all, and in this case, it gives you 94 because it's an old car. I've also tried it out on my son's 1-year-old Tacoma, and it had 320 different data systems there. So the newer the car, the more data you're going to get. But you can see it does get quite a bit of data. Airflow sensor, whether it has misfires, it doesn't, of course, because it's my car. 795.25 RPMs. It's really accurate here. Injector speed shows you all kinds of stuff. A lot of information. Oxygen sensor, short-term fuel trim, long-term fuel trim. It can also show you your fuel consumption. If you want to set it up, you can get repair help, get any car assistance with GPT. Realize this is a dongle for people who want to fix their own cars and not for mechanics. But it has a lot of mechanic information, and I'll give them that. Account doesn't cost anything. Log in. I'm not bothering with that because I've got fancy equipment for that. But really, let's say that your speedometer stops working. Well, there's a dashboard. This will show your speed, and you can just push for data stream right away. Fuel system A, B, calculated load. Check it out. It's got a little thing that will do your closest gasoline station and what all the prices are. It's pretty cool. Look, $3.18 at the Shell, $3.50 at Casey's. Well, they're ripping you off. $3.20 at Exxon. Hey, pretty cool, you know. You can find out where the cheapest gas is around you. In this case, Marathon's only $3.10, while Circle K is ripping you off. Hey, pretty cool. But if you really want to save money, go to Dodge's Southern Style. It's $2.98 a gallon there. So I gotta say, this D&D Echo is pretty interesting. Now, you're gonna have a hard time finding it because they're starting out right. They probably should have picked a different name because D&D Echo has something to do with Dungeons and Dragons, that game, right? I would advise the guys who named this thing probably to give it another name because people are gonna have a hard time finding it using D&E because that's Dungeons and Dragons. When I looked it up, that's all I got on the internet was a bunch of Dungeon and Dragon stuff, and I guess there's some Echo character or something in it, so I'd advise you guys to change the name of it myself. But I found if you Google D&D Echo scan tool, and you go to the second one, launching soon on Kickstarter, there it is. So put in D&D Echo OBD diagnostic tool and you'll find the thing. It hasn't launched yet. As you can see now, it's launching soon on Kickstarter because like I said, it's brand new. You can sign in and get a deal whenever they do decide what they're going to charge for it. And like everything else, price is a big deal. You know, there's a billion dongles out there. I'll be curious to see what they charge for this thing. But I gotta say, pretty cool. It can tell you the cheapest price of gas, can do a lot of analytical stuff, right? We'll find out in the future what they're going to charge for this thing. You know, I don't know, kind of amazes me that people send me these things and you can't even buy them. But I gotta say, so far, hey, it does a lot of information. Did tons on my son's brand new 1-year-old Tacoma, right? And telling you all the price of gas around you. That works quite well, too. So, hey, I mean, kind of an interesting little thing. Of course, it'll all depend on what they want to charge for it. And that, I can't say because they haven't even started the Kickstarter yet. Well, if you want to fill it out and see what it costs when they come out, go right ahead. I'm curious myself. I signed up and I'll see what it is when it comes out, and I'll tell you when I find out. Now the last thing I'm going to talk about is hiding in my wife's Lexus trunk. We'll pop it open. Here we go. It's not a mess anymore. It's totally neat because of this cool storage box. It's leather. It's really nice. Put all your crap inside there, and then voila! Now this is my wife's yoga mat. She leaves it there because she uses it all the time, except she slipped on the windstorm and broke her foot. So it's been resting here for about a month and a half now. Now it's made by the same people who made these beautiful mats for Alexis. I love these mats, right? It's called Minichi. As you can see, when I take it out of the trunk, it's got nice handles, beautiful leather, partition, seals itself. Then whenever you want to put it back in, away you go with the little handles. And there it sits beautifully in the back of the car, out of the way. It doesn't roll around. I've driven like a maniac. It doesn't rattle like everything used to rattle because everything was loose making noise. It's beautiful yet functional. Now it is made out of leather, so it's not cheap. It's pretty high quality. You get vinyl junk, it's going to rip and look horrible. This thing will probably last forever hiding in the trunk. As you can see inside the car, the Minichi mats are holding up really well in the front and in the back. The leather holds up pretty well. The grandkids left peanuts in the back seat. Look at that hidden there. And part of a Hershey bar cover. So that does it for today. Or whether you want to mess around with a CB radio, or analyze your car and find the cheapest gas wherever you happen to be, or get all the crap out of your trunk and organize it in a beautiful leather holder, hey, and if you've got anything interesting to try out, send them to me. Just email ScottyKilmer@gmail.com. I love testing things out, see if they work, see if it's an interesting product. I got a lot of good products. I've seen a lot of crap products too, but rather than have you waste your money on a pile of junk, let me try it out first. And here's some bonus questions and answers. Black Tom says, should I get this 2012 Ford? My employer selling a Ford F-150 EcoBoost 3.5 liter V6 twin turbo. It was a maintenance vehicle, has 290,000 highway miles. It runs super smooth, it seems. Now, he's going to sell it to me for $3,000. Do you think I'm getting a good deal? Can I use it for a beater? Okay. Well, that's a lot of miles. It's highway mileage, which is like 10-15% city mileage. So, you know, it's equivalent to maybe 35, 45,000 miles in terms of how the wear it's going to do on the engine and transmission and stuff, right? Now, $3,000 isn't much, and if it runs and goes, okay, go ahead. But don't, and I mean don't. It's got 290,000 miles. Think you're going to use it for pulling heavy trailers and filling the bed up with all kinds of sand and stuff. You're going to wear the tranny and engine and turbos out faster doing that. But if you do want it as a knock-around truck for doing knock-around things, yeah, go right ahead. Just don't, you know, try to pull full loads with it because you'll wear things out much faster. But as just a knock-around truck, sure, it could be okay. For $3,000, what the heck? So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.